All right, here we go. We got the week 3-4 workout. Again, we're going to do 4 total exercises this week. We have some additional stuff at the end. That if you have time, we'll throw it in there. Let's get started. First thing you're going to need is a couple options here. You can use dumbbells. You can use plates if you need to elevate your heels. And you can also use a backpack, which you can load with some weights if you don't have access to dumbbells. But here's what we got. I'm going to show with dumbbells first, and I'll do a couple with the backpack as an additional demonstration. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up our weights. We're going to do an RDL hinge here, so basically a deadlift, but put the emphasis on this front leg. So the back footing on your toes. Weights are here. Just going to drive your hips back. Sorry, pause here. Do a row. Straighten out. Bring your feet shoulder width. Bring the weights up to your shoulders. Squat. Come up. And then step back with that opposite leg. Same thing. Hinge the hips back. Row. Step back up. Weights to the shoulders. Squat up and down. So if you have a little bit tighter ankles, if it's hard for you to do that squat and keep your chest up, you can do, your hinge, your row, and then just go to the other side. Do all the reps that we have listed, and then once you're done with those, you can do your squats separately. So you can put your heels elevated, which will help you squat down a little easier. Same thing, just your heels are elevated. If you don't have access to dumbbells, you can also use a backpack, throw some weights in there. It's basically the same premise. Hold it into the backpack. Still the same thing. Hinge, row, come up, squat. And just alternating the same way you would with dumbbells. Whatever you have access to. So that's the first one. Next, we'll do a side plank with a adductor movement. So you're going to come up on this right leg. This elbow's under your shoulder. Bring your hips up. Now this bottom leg, you're going to lift up and bend. So this leg is off the ground. You're just going to drive that knee up and back. 4 reps. You're going to feel a little bit of a load here on your right side, and then we'll flip over after you complete those reps. Same thing on the opposite side. Now if it's too hard for you to do that on the floor, you can always elevate the arm on like a bench, a chair, whatever you have access to. Same thing, still loading this right side, just a little easier with elevation there. All right, that's the second exercise. Third exercise, we're gonna do a wall sit. You're going to put your back, your head, and your shoulders against the wall. You want to get your feet situated that when you come down, your knees are about over the middle of your foot. Push your big toe into the floor. Keep that head back, shoulders back, hips back. We're just going to come up on our toes. Hold for about 5 seconds, and then drop back down. Come up, hold 5 seconds. We're just going to do that for reps. All right, that's the third exercise. And then the last one, we're going to use some plates, pretty light. These are 5-pound plates. 5 pounds is probably going to be the right way for most people here. All you're going to do is you're going to get in that bent over hinged position. And we're going to do 3 movements. So we're going to do a Y. So we're going to come out, hold for about 2 seconds, come back down. Complete that for reps. You're going to do a T. As you transition from the Y to the T, come up out of the position, rest for a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds, whatever you need. Come back down. Now we're going to do the T's. Hold for 2 seconds, come down. As you come up, try to get your thumbs to point towards the ceiling. Back and forth here for the desired reps. Once you finish those, rest again. Come back down, we're going to do our W's. So we're going to come up, trying to drive that wrist towards the ceiling. Hold for 2 seconds, come back down. Again, just trying to get those desired reps. When you do these, keep your head in the same position as your spine. Don't be here and doing it. We don't want to put extra strain on our neck, so just keep our spine and our neck all in the same alignment and do those different movements. That's your 4 for this week. Like I said, we'll have some additional stuff here. We'll add on in this video. Thanks. All right, so this week we have one additional exercise that's optional to do, but it's really good for working on our shoulder health. All you need to do is find a pull-up bar or something you can hang from. Get up there a little bit wider than shoulder width. Get your grip, make sure your feet aren't touching the ground. And if you look here, I'm kind of letting myself hang on the joint, my shoulder joint. I want you to think about driving your shoulder blades down and holding this position. This is an exercise we're doing for time, so it's going to work your grip strength. Now, if you feel like you're pretty comfortable here, you want to add an additional movement in, just work on driving those knees up towards our chest. Alternating legs. The goal this week is 30 seconds all the way up to a minute. See what you can do. And that's the extra exercise for this week. Thanks.